Hello and welcome to the Men's Supa-Liga Round 18. And our last match of the day, we have Andinos in the white kit against Perth Pumas in the red. And team sheets for today for Andinos, we have number 11, Jorge Escobar. Number 7, Oscar Gongora. Number 1 in goals, Jaden Ashmore. Number 64, Sebastian Correa. Number 8, Luke Begomi. Number 9, Mejia. Number 5, Santiago Salita. And for the Perth Pumas, number 21, Rama Elliott. Number 10, Kai Jan. Number 19, Amar Jahel. Number 2 in goals, Andrei Nkachenko. Number 44, Matt Stephenson. Number 25, Rory Wilkinson. Number 17, Bennett Vesey. And number 5, Finley Alexander. And Alexander on the ball now, the youngster stepping up into the men's. I think this might be the second or third time he stepped up into the Men's Supa-Liga this season for the Perth Pumas. It's a good opportunity for the younger players to step up and have a go in the men's, see what the competition's like, and develop their skills against these stronger players. Alexander gets on the end of it, sends that one wide. Ball, of course, coming from Stephenson. Ashmore, Begomi out wide, and Correa couldn't keep that ball in play, and Jan now. Ball over the top. Alexander headers that one into Escobar, and Escobar kicks it out of play for a corner kick. And the Perth Pumas, as far as I can see, are missing a lot of key players. There's no Gordon Tiong or Kevin Pancelli on their team sheet today.
It'll be Alexander with the sideline kick in and threads that one through, and a shot taken from Pumas right inside the D there, but it's Andinos now who transitioned forward, and it's a bit of a fall on the far side with Jean going down, but no foul called. Sideline kick in. Ball comes back to the feet of Begomi. Ball comes through Escobar now. Very good in tight places, Escobar, with great footwork. Whistle's been blown by referee Claver on the far side. Jan tries to turn there under Escobar's press, but hasn't been able to keep possession, and ball's through now. Stephenson. Poor touch there. Sees the ball go out off Wilkinson. Escobar can't take the ball around there. I was just talking about his footwork, and he's proving me wrong at the moment. Ball in over the top, and you'll see the keeper collect that one. Referees are saying that one's a corner ball. So it will actually be Andinos' corner. Correa takes the corner. Looks for a cross goal there, but no one able to finish that. Begomi being the closest player, but just on the wrong side of him with the ball placement. It'll be Jean now with the kick in. Finds Wilkinson. Wilkinson threads the ball through. And now it's Escobar. Finds himself the cross in front of goal, and Begomi there. If he threw a leg out at it, would have had that one in the back of the net. Substitution now for the Pumas. Vesey appearing on court. Jahel to Stephenson and back again, but ball's gone out of play. Just had over 6 minutes of play, and both teams haven't really warmed up as yet in regards to those passes. Some loose touches and some passes out too far in front or behind. Hopefully those improve for both teams so we can get a good match in our hands today.
Mejia plays back. to Korea, sorry. Apologies. Stephenson, little 1-2 there with Jahel. Ball touched out, play for it by Escobar. Stephenson will get the side ball kick in. Jahel looked to turn into the middle and he was dispossessed. Doing well to put the pressure on Korea, who gets the ball out to Bagomi, takes his shot. Ignichenko with the save. Sending the ball out for a corner ball. And it will be another sorry, apologies. Yes, another corner from the other side, for the Andino side. Oh, and that ball somehow slipping into the back post there. I didn't even quite see what happened. I think it came off the back leg of Bagomi. Yeah, Bagomi getting a little touch in there and just slipping it to that back post past Ignichenko. Not much the Perth Pumas goalkeeper could have done about that one. I think even Bagomi was surprised at the direction that ball took off his leg, but that was definitely intentional by Oscar Gongora, winning that ball nice and early off the kickoff, just firing it past Ignichenko. Now the Perth Pumas have got a bit of an uphill battle ahead of them for the rest of this match. Those are two quite early goals for the Andino side. Gongora gets past Jahel, all across the face, and perfectly in the line of the run of Mejia. Just couldn't quite put his foot out.
Apologies for a couple of interruptions in regards to the scoreboard. A little bit glitchy today with a Wi-Fi at a new venue. We're looking to work with that, and it's updated now, is correct. 12 minutes remaining, and just a moment ago you would have seen the two goals for Andinos FC. Goal scorers in Oscar Gongora and Luca Bagomi. There's a very nice goal that we saw flick on from Bagomi, just getting enough on it to get it round the goalkeeper. Looking at that goal, looks like it might be one that could be in the goal of the round. Another chance here for the Andinos. Good block there by Rama Elliott. Elliott, can't see any options. You can see that by the way he's holding his hands out. He's managed to find him, Vesey, and Vesey gets the shot. And a wonderful finish there for Vesey.
Annie, you did just mention goals of the round, and I think that also might be a good contender, that half volley from Vesey, hitting the top left-hand corner there.
I absolutely agree with that one as well. It'll be hard picking this week to see who makes the top four. Ball resets with Perth Pumas through Elliott here. Jahel dribbles forward, trying to find Jean. But a foul committed there, and it'll be a free kick there for Perth Pumas, and Jahel's playing that one early. Back to Jahel. Elliott. Vesey, the goal scorer for Pumas, has kicked that one away with no one there to pass to.
Yeah, the Perth Pumas are struggling a little bit in their rotations, recycling back down and around to be an option for the passer. I think Kai Jan was standing up a little bit too high there, could have recycled around to make himself an option, and just as I've said that, Jahel takes the ball off Gongora. Gongora does well to slide. And there's a good chance here for the Perth Pumas to bring the scores back to even. Oh, and Kai Jan making that run to the back post far too late. Should have been doing it as soon as the ball was moving towards Jahel for the shot.
Bit of a soft fall there from Gongora, and referees aren't falling for it. Play on continues, and Alexander enters the court, receives the ball now, drives through, but plays the ball in the running feed of Elliott, and Andinos transition quickly. Escobar now on the ball. There's a runner in Begomi who finds himself space, gets the touch, and Vesey was there to clear that one off the line, or that could have been another goal there for the Andinos. Jahel to Vesey. Vesey tries to find Alexander, but Gongora finds himself at the right place at the right time to be able to see that ball out of play. And it'll be a sideline kick in for the Perth Pumas through Alexander. It's got an option there in Elliott. And he chooses instead for Jahel, which almost ended up in a goal. The slight deflection there.
And the corner kick here taken by Vesey. To Jahel, another shot blocked by Gongora, and I think that'll be another corner kick. Vesey again. Dummied by Jahel this time for the shot from Elliott, and he sends that one high and wide. Gongora plays forward, finds Salita. His first minutes of the match so far, I believe. A little touch out of play by Ignachenko. Will be in Andino's corner ball. Taken by Salita. Flick over the top for Gongora. Finds Begoni. Begoni plays Korea, and he plays, that was Mejia, and he plays into the side netting, and now Perth Pumas are looking to transition quickly, and the ball cut out by Gongora.
Mejia just before with a lovely turn on the ball. He's been quite dominant in that attacking threat for the Andinos so far. He's had a lot of court time as well as Begoni. Interesting to see how the play continues between those players on the court. The ball up over the top now. Begoni looks for the volley and hits that one off target.
An ambitious attempt. I think everyone's going for goal of the week down here. Alexander doesn't have a lot of passing options. Stephenson. That one's going to go out of play. Nice touch by referee Albert. Salita at the back there. The Andinos are moving slowly up the court. They're really building in their attacking play here.
That's exactly what I was just thinking. The Andinos really seem to slow down the game at certain points. You can almost see the ball stop for quite some period of time, and then they increase that pace and move the ball quite quickly again.
Elliott to Stephenson. Stephenson looking forward, and again, Perth Pumas are struggling to create passing options today. Vesey has Alexander. He can take his touch forwards, and he's gone backwards. That's a great ball over the top. Just a little bit too long for the run of Alexander. Ashmore finds Begomi. He's under pressure. Can't keep the ball in play. Stephenson, Wilkinson. Finlay. Alexander. I mean, his name is still Finlay. Korea. Looking for the run of Mejia, and it's cut out by Wilkinson. Wilkinson now driving forwards. Wilkinson had a shot on, and Vesey needed to not touch that ball. Let it fall to the feet of Alexander. Salita. To Mejia. Korea. Mejia again. He was looking for the 1-2, and he's won himself the foul. Hold it there by Matt Stephenson. Salita plays that ball forwards into the legs of Stephenson, and it's a poor pass, poor decision, by the Perth Pumas, playing into the line of Alexander, who was about to make a run forwards. Stephenson goes in with power for that tackle. Some great sportsmanship there. Shakes the hand of Mejia, acknowledging that that tackle maybe was a bit too hard. Great 1-2, Mejia can't get the return ball. Blocked by Alexander, and Gongora skips around Alexander. Ball still in play. Stephenson driving forwards. My apologies. Claver has deemed ball out of play for a corner kick.
Gongora looks to take this corner. Finds the feet of Coria. Gone out for another corner. Gongora now. Into the feet of Salita, whose shot is way off target there. Bit of a wave to his teammates for apologies in that one. Ball back in play with the Pumas, and Stephenson finds the feet of Vesey. Vesey plays out to Wilkinson. Referee's given a free kick there. Foul given Coria there for a bad tackle. Wilkinson now winds up and shoots high and wide. It'll be Diego Monroy in goals for the Andinos today, who throws the ball out long. Now, we've seen Diego Monroy play a lot of Men's Superliga C on Sunday. He does very well on the weekends, and you can see that from the save he's just made there as well. He's actually got a couple of MVPs for himself in the Men's C division. He's in goals today instead of Jaden Ashmore, who's been amazing in goals for the Andinos this season. Stephenson now with the kick in to Alexander. A press from Andinos sees the Pumas regress into their own half. The ball penetrates the second half now, and it's Alexander. Nice touches. Vesey and Stephenson. Ball's gone out of play. The hit there off of a Pumas player in the favour of Andinos, and shot wide there from Coria. Ball back in play. Stephenson flicks it forward for Wilkinson. Back into the feet of Alexander, and the ball resets again. Pumas not making a lot of progress up the court. Every time that seems to get over halfway, the Andinos seem to get possession back.
And side ball here taken by Gongora. Shot from Career, and that one's wide. Not going to trouble Ignachenko at all. Ignachenko, Jahel, who's just stepped on the court. Back roll for Jean. Looking forwards, Wilkinson making some good driving runs there. Alexander dispossessed by Escobar, and Jahel with the pressure. He's an extremely quick, talented young player, Omar Jahel. Side ball taken by Escobar, and looks like the Perth Pumas are electing to press here. John, touch out of play, out of the feet of Gongora. Gongora on the side ball. Mejia. And play will reset with Ignachenko. Drops short to the feet of Jahel. And the Andinos defense have backed off here, but they've backed off instead of halfway, but the Perth Pumas decided to try for a quick attack anyway. It's probably a good time to slowly build up attacking play there for the Perth Pumas and try and move the set Andinos defence around a bit. Escobar, ball over the top. A great touch from Korea, and it's gone through the legs of Ignachenko. We'll watch on the replay here. Nice touch over the top, and that ball, just unlucky, Andrei Ignachenko. Couldn't get behind that ball, and just straight from the kickoff there. I'm pretty sure that was two touch by Amar Jahel. Referee's not picking up on it, but he definitely played the ball to himself and then played backwards. Or Elliot looking for Jean, and it was a loose pass. Jahel driving forwards. Mejia cutting out that ball. Ignachenko does well, coming out of his D there, and he's limping away from it. Wilkinson in the middle, gets through. Oh, and Jahel flicks to himself, and the volley just ricocheting off the hands of the keeper over the bar, and that is the halftime whistle here. We'll be back in just a moment with the second half for you. Yes, I can have grapes. We're live. And we are back with the second half. Kickoff taken by Rama Elliott for the Perth Pumas. And as I was saying in the first half, Perth Pumas are really rushing their attacks so far in that first half, trying to just make quick breaks through an already set Andinos defence, and it would probably do them some good to start slowing down their attacking plays, changing things up a little bit. They are down 3-1 so far. So changes definitely need to be made. It'll be interesting to see. We've seen the last two matches pull out fifth man plays. We'll see if the Perth Pumas are going to pull out fifth man in this match. Oh, the last three games, my apologies, have all had fifth man plays. Perth Pumas, unless they're happy to walk away with 0 points from this game, should probably think about putting someone in a bib and pushing them forward. Mejia, ball forward, finds Escobar. That's great footwork by Escobar. He's looking for Bagomi, didn't quite find him. Jahel on the kick in. Elliott, Jahel again. Jahel with the shot to the front post, and that's a nice save. Salita, Escobar. Can't get past Alexander. Some great strength from the Perth Pumas youngster. Can see the Andinos. I was just about to say I've closed off a lot of their space, but just as I said that, Salita made a run out wide. There's a 2v1 here. Kaijan sending that ball past the front post. Bagomi was looking to go past Elliott there, and he was held up. Ball eventually out of play off the foot of Alexander. Mejia, back to Bagomi. Escobar, a bit of a poor touch there, but luckily had a lot of space in front of him. Perth Pumas now pressing. As you can see, Jahel pressing high on Mejia, and he's almost won himself the ball back.
Andinos continue their play out from the back. And it's a good press there from the Perth Pumas. Be Monroy with the throw out. Finds the feet there of Mejia. And it's Escobar. Plays it out. And ball forward there. Too much from it from Salita. Ball back with Alexander. Jahel now. Vesey drives forward and finds some space, but shoots from distance. Instead of choosing for the pass there, Monroy does a spin for his throw out and finds Escobar. That one's gone out for a corner. Gongora heads up one away. Escobar finds himself again on the ball, looking for that long one. Jahel to Alexander. Pass cut out. Referee's seen a foul there and will give one to Andinos. Sorry, give a free kick to the Andinos. Looks like it's going to be Escobar who looks to take that one. It's got Barone Me out here on the right flank with lots of space, and that's where the ball's ended up eventually. Gongora, good check run. Gets himself space off of Alexander. Salita with an off-target shot again. You can see at the Perth Pumas that they've just got two flanks and a pivot. There's not a lot of rotation between the players unless there's a penetrating run, which we see now through Jahel. Apart from that, they're sitting into their positions and staying rather stagnant. Vesey plays the ball out. No one there for that one. Vesey saying, if we want it, you've got to move. Jahel and Jean pressing high now for the Perth Pumas. And you can see that movement just to the right-hand side of the screen. You might not have captured it, but Correa checking in and checking out, making himself some space from Alexander. Hoping that ball's going to be coming in and over the top. Gongora couldn't get past Jahel, and it's Puma's sideline kick in. And Jahel looks up and lays it off now for Jean. And it's almost Vesey who gets the final finish on that. But it's Monroy who throws it. It's given it away straight to the other keeper. Connectio plays feet. Jahel. Here we go again with Vesey on that far right flank, and he shoots from distance, blocked from Gongora. And a initial foul and then a great fall that we can see from Correa. Bit exaggerated to make sure he got the foul. Jean. Battle here between two players. It's Stephenson who keeps it in and plays it across for Jahel, but the ball gets caught underfoot. It was the first time we've seen a switch in play quite quickly from the Pumas, and they could have advanced, especially with Jean looking to accelerate in this far left flank and look for space long for a pass from Jahel. But unfortunate for Jahel, the ball's got caught underfoot, and Andinos now get the shot. Hit the side netting. Ball back to Jahel. No movement we see from Pumas. And just going forward again. Stephenson makes a move cross, but ball cut out. Jahel gives the ball away. Escobar now finds the back of the net. Gets the 4th goal for the Andinos FC today. It'll be very hard for the Perth Pumas to come back from this. They've still got the 13 minutes to do so. And we see that finish into the bottom corner.
Vesey on this corner kick for the Perth Pumas, who are now pushing even further uphill with a 4-1 deficit. And I said it earlier, every other side that has been down so far today has pulled out a 5th-man play, and I don't think I've ever seen the Perth Pumas, unless Kevin Poncelli's on the roster, pull out 5th man. They do have Rama Elliott, who we know is good with his feet and great in goals, and could definitely play 5th man for their side. And Perth Pumas, I think, called that timeout. And Gordon Tiong, I think, is just trying to get some fire in the belly of his team, but I think fundamentally some of the changes that need to be made are tactical, and the Perth Pumas tactically haven't been creating enough chances for themselves so far in this match. And teams making their way back onto the court. Vesey plays Stephenson, and it doesn't look like from that timeout the Perth Pumas set up any set pieces for themselves. Stephenson in the middle, headed out by Salita. Stephenson to Wilkinson. Back to Stephenson. Oh, and Mejia almost got through there, and he's won himself a free kick. And Mejia standing over the free kick with Korea next to him. Bagomi on the left-hand side, and Salita causing a little bit of trouble in front of goal there. Mejia to Korea, and his shot hits the side netting. I think there was definitely a touch from Ignachenko there. Albert hasn't seen it. A little bit sneaky from the Perth Pumas keeper, and can't say I wouldn't do the same in this situation. Mejia forward finds Bagomi, and he back rolls into the path of Vesey. His shot blocked. Vesey on the corner kick. Looking for Stephenson, and that's an easy cutout for Korea. And I think a bit of panic there, just sent the ball forwards to no one. It's going to be a Perth Pumas side ball, taken by Alexander. Vesey in the middle to Stephenson. Wilkinson looking over the top for Alexander and can't find him. Mejia, he's going to shoot. Shoots past that back post. Like I said during that timeout, the Perth Pumas need to change the way that they're playing tactically because what they're doing right now definitely isn't working for them. We've just seen the momentum go the way of the Andinos multiple times in a row. Stephenson, little 1-2 with Vese. Wilkinson keeps that ball in. Mejia can't get a foot on it. It will be a Perth Pumas corner kick. Wilkinson, easy cut out by Korea. Alexander, not quite sure if that was a shot or a pass from Alexander. Straight into the stomach of Wilkinson. Mejia back to Salita. Bagomi, little back roll for the runner Salita. Finds Mejia. Back out to Bagomi. It's almost too easy for the Andino side, just cutting through the Pumas defense. And just as I say that, Wilkinson manages to cut out a pass by Bagomi forwards looking for Mejia. Nice flick. Finley Alexander. That was excellent play by the youngster. That parallel pass across the face of the goal. Vese might have put the ball in the back of the net, but I would solely award that goal to the excellence of Finley Alexander there. Pumas still have 2 goals to make up in the last 8 minutes of this match. Jahel takes a touch, ball ends up with Korea. Bagomi. Escobar, Bagomi again. Little back roll for Escobar and completely catching the defenders off guard there. Escobar slides past Jean. The Andino's defense are looking a little bit slow. I think they've put themselves ahead and now they're just taking the chance to rest in the second half. Wilkinson. Touched out of his feet by Escobar. Gongora back to Bagomi. Korea now. Bagomi again. Mejia, what a touch. Korea can't keep that one in, but it was still a great idea by the Andino's number 9. Alexander shoots into the legs of Mejia. Jahel to Jean. Jahel again. And he's dispossessed by Mejia. Luckily, Ignachenko was ready to sweep on that occasion. Plays Jahel. Wide to Jean. In the middle for Alexander. He takes his shot wide. Ball over the top. Cut out by Wilkinson, but only as far as the sideline. Escobar. Bagomi. Korea, pressed by Alexander. High pressure here from the Perth Pumas. Oh, but the back 2 Pumas weren't putting the pressure on and there was too much time and space for Bagomi there. Escobar almost finds Mejia, just cut out by Wilkinson. Now Alexander driving forwards. He gets a shot off. That's a nice save. Ball over the top. Falls to the hands of Ignachenko. In the middle to Jahel. Little touch from Escobar and Jan with the turn. Back to Alexander. Jahel. Alexander. Back post to Elliott. And Perth Pumas 3-4 now, only 1 goal deficit. And for some reason, the Andinos have completely taken their foot off the gas. Everyone on the court seemed to be standing still when that goal was scored defensively for the Andinos, that is. And I wouldn't say that the Perth Pumas have specifically picked up their attacking plays, but just taking advantage of the fact that the Andinos are standing still on a lot of occasions. And the timeout there was called by Andinos. I would hope that they are going to pick up their pace a little bit, as they did in the first half. They've completely dropped off in the second half. Not a lot of effort being put in by many of these players. And Escobar on the ball now. Back to Gongora. Gongora looks to get around Stephenson. He runs out of room. Elliott, 1-2 with Jahel. To John, and he hits the ball into the back of Stephenson. Bagomi finds Mejia. Back to Escobar. Mejia again. He plays that ball out of play, looking for the feet of Bagomi. John to Jahel. Jahel ends up with the ball under pressure. It will be an Andino side kick in. Bagomi doesn't have any passing options. Again, all of the Andinos players stood still for a couple of seconds there. I said that the Perth Pumas were going to have to change something tactically to be able to get themselves into this game. I didn't count on the Andinos players completely switching off in the second half. Stephenson wide to John. Back to Stephenson. He gets his shot off, and that's just past that left post. Bagomi. Magia. Ball's out of play for a Perth Pumas side ball. Stephenson almost catching the defense off guard again. The run from Jahel going through. Very flat-footed here. John to Elliott. Pressed by Gongora. Gongora wins the ball. Escobar picks it up. Gongora wants a free kick. Didn't quite see what happened there. Bagomi's dispossessed, and John will shoot. And he slid that past the back post. Rolling foul's been called. Just see if we called it on the instant replay. What actually happened there with Gongora. Still didn't quite see the foul there, but the rolling foul's been called anyway. Worth noting that Perth Pumas are now on 5 fouls, and somehow the Andinos are on 0 fouls for this second half. Oh, sorry, they're on 1 foul now. Perth Pumas, of course, if they commit any more fouls from now on, are going to result in a 10-metre penalty to the Andino side. That was a great ball, Mejia, and it's cut out excellently by Elliott. Mejia. Little 1-2 with Gongora. Mejia tries to keep that ball in play, and it's out for a side ball. Taken by Elliott. Quickly across the court to Jahel. Cut out there from Jan's ball, but it's still fallen to the feet of Jahel. Dispossessed by Mejia, and he's won himself the side kick in. Jahel, back to Jan. Alexander, dispossessed by Salita. Finds Bagomi, and that's an excellent touch. Bagomi, oh, and he's just slid that one wide. You'd be disappointed with that effort. Did so well with the touch past Kai Jan. Got in front of him and just needed to slip it in past Andrei Igdachenko. That's now the second foul for the Andino side, taken quickly by Jahel. Potentially a little bit too quickly. It's out for an Andino side kick-in. Pumas pressing nice and high here. Chasing that fourth goal, apologies. Igdachenko to Jahel. Alexander, that ball was a little bit too far out in front of him. Luckily, Alexander managed to get control.
We really hope to see the Perth Pumas here rise to the occasion and to play a bit better press and attack to try and get back into this game if they can. With only 40 seconds remaining on the clock, they really need to increase this intensity to be able to get anything from this game today. We haven't seen it yet, and the time is ticking down with 30 seconds remaining now. Gongora's shot blocked by Alexander. That's the intensity that we need to see. Ball in. Dino's happy to just move the ball around the Pumas players. It's Alexander who wins it and lays it off in front, but Jean's walking. Time's ticking now. 16 seconds, and Jahel's won the ball and taken the shot, and he's hit the side of the goal. Watch that one back quickly. Lovely touch. He's very unlucky there with that one. Monroy throws long. He's managed to give a keeper's ball for that with 6 seconds remaining. Will Pumas be able to draw the game today with this far throw? Maybe. Alexander's last chance now. And that is the final whistle. Andinos have done enough today to save off the Perth Pumas from being able to get back in the game. There was some great goals that we saw throughout this match. Some contention for goal of the week in the first two goals that we saw. One from Pumas with Vessi's volleyed finish. And the other one was one of the first ones from Bagoni with a flicked back heel. All right, we'll have a look now at the stats from the game. Okay, having a look at the statistics today. One moment for me.
Alrighty, and just looking at these full-time statistics, you can see it was fairly even in the end there. 66 passing percentage to the Perth Pumas, over 64% to the Andinos. Possession favouring the Andinos, however, with 53% over 47% to the Perth Pumas, and total shots just favouring the Andinos, 24 total shots over 22 to the Pumas, and shots on target however, favouring the Perth Pumas with 11 on target over 8 of the Andinos. Of course, as we've said in previous games, these stats really don't matter that much because it's the final score that decides who takes away the 3 points, and the Andinos, despite having less shots on target, have managed to slip 4 of them past Andrei Ignachenko, and the Perth Pumas ending on a score of 3, despite pushing in that last little bit and pressing nice and high, trying to get that 4th goal. Thank you for joining us, and we will be back next week with some more Futsal Superliga for you.